Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday and welcome to Friday Favorites and no flops again this week. So welcome to my weekly beauty faves. Hope you guys all had a really good week. I've had a good week myself. It has certainly flown by crazy fast, which is fine, I feel like, in some ways. In other ways, it's kind of freaking me out because that means that Stella's birthday is right around the corner. And what is still mind-blowing to me is that she's gonna be 9 this year. I have a 9-year-old, which is almost 10, which is, wow, I've almost had a kid for like an entire decade. And she's still alive. Like, I've kept a child alive for almost a whole decade. There are definitely times as a mom where I'm like, whoa, I did it. We didn't kill each other. She is happy. She's healthy. She's a good little kid. And I just adore her. And I can't believe she's almost 9. Sorry. That like time and like anything around Stella just really freaks me out because it's just going so fast. And everybody always told me like, oh, it's going to fly by. And like, oh, it does. It really does. One of my, best girlfriends actually just had a baby in December, and I keep telling her like, hey, just so you know, this goes really fast. And she's like, yeah, no, I know, I get it. And I'm like, no, you don't. You have no idea. Soon you're gonna have like a 2-year-old and you're gonna be like, what the heck just happened? Anyway, you guys, let's talk beauty stuff, which is why y'all are here, I'm guessing. So I'm going to start with my perfume pick of the week, and since I am a Dossier ambassador, I have another one of the Dossier fragrances to share with you guys. And this one I'm real excited about because, it was last November, not this last November, but November of 2019, there we go. Craig and I took this amazing trip to New York City together. And when we were there, we were in one of like the fancy stores. I can't remember if it was like Saks or what it was, but I was looking at the perfumes. You guys know I'm a sucker for perfumes. And one of the ones that I absolutely fell in love with when we were there and that I desperately wanted to buy but couldn't because it wasn't a cruelty-free brand was the Tom Ford Black Orchid perfume. Loved it. The reason that I loved it is because it smelled like just this heavy, like dark, beautiful, like sensual oriental type fragrance. And I love heavy scents like that. And honestly, it took a lot in me to not just be like, nah, forget about the cruelty-free stuff. It's a special trip, splurge, treat yourself type of thing. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I never bought the Tom Ford perfume, but I did spray it on my wrist that day, and I walked around the rest of the day. And it just, like now whenever I smell the Tom Ford Black Orchid, I think that time that Craig and I had in New York City together, it was such a great trip for the two of us, and we can't wait to do it again. And I love the scent so much. So Dossier came out with their version of the Black Orchid, and you guys, it smells just like the real thing. Like it totally, when I put this on, when they sent it out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my trip to New York City with Craig. Like it just brought back all of those memories, and it just makes me happy. And I love the fact that I can now have this beautiful scent. It's cruelty-free, so I don't have the guilt. And I have those memories of the trip. I love perfume, and I love the association with so many memories. There are certainly perfumes that I have that can trigger some like sad memories, and that's kind of tough when a perfume that you used to absolutely adore suddenly reminds you of like a bad thing instead of all the other good things. But I think that's just kind of part of the scent and memory connection. Like it's just, whether it brings back good or bad, it's just can be very bittersweet for sure. But this one is absolutely gorgeous, and you guys, it smells just like the real thing. So whenever you get an order from Dossier. They send you, each perfume comes in a really nice box. They include a card that gives you all of the scent notes. It tells you the concentration of the perfume. And what I love most is that they actually also send you a little sample size. So you can try on the perfume. So don't open your big one. Get your small little sample, spray it on your wrist, see how it interacts with your body. If it's not a good fit for your body chemistry, you can totally send this back and exchange it or get a refund. As long as you don't open the big bottle, you're totally welcome to send it back if the scent doesn't work for you. But I can tell you right now, all of the scents that I have tried from Dossier so far that were inspired by like the brand name scents, like the Tom Ford, the YSL, all of them have smelled exactly like the originals, and I've been so impressed with the wear. They wear just as long in some cases, and if not a little bit longer than some of my like name brand perfumes, of which I have a number. I have a pretty extensive perfume collection, and these definitely, the formula compares to my higher end perfumes, and the price point is significantly different. So if you were to compare the original Tom Ford Black Orchid with this, you're going to be saving a lot of money. I know that Dossier recently had to increase their prices a little bit on some of their scents. I believe that had to do with the fragrance, the oils that they use in their perfumes, and I think there was a price increase in that department. So, but the prices are still very fair and still under $50 for a full-size perfume. Plus you can try it risk-free. So anyway, I love this. I'm so excited to have this, and it's my memory from my trip. So didn't get to buy it in New York City, but that's okay. I have the memories from it and it makes me really happy. All right, let's do, I have a nail recommendation from this girl, right? I never do my nails. Here's the thing. This is the year that I've decided to really start kind of taking care of my nails a little bit more, and that it's not gonna look like it does for some people where they go all out with like weekly manicures and things like that. I am not gonna be that high maintenance about it. But I have decided that I want to put a treatment on my nails. Right now I had a bottle of OPI Nail Envy that I think I bought years and years ago because someone had recommended that it worked really well. And then I never actually used it. So it's been sitting in I have this box of like nail polishes that I never use. And I took it out and I went ahead and put the Nail Envy on. It was a little thick, but it still seemed to work. And then I've been using this Sesh. This is from the company Sesh Vite, I think it's called. This is the Sesh Condition. This is their keratin infused cuticle oil. So I've been using this on my cuticles, and oh my gosh, what a difference. I cut my nails really short the way that I like them, and at least twice a day I've been using the cuticle oil. I've been putting the Nail Envy stuff on. I know that OPI is not cruelty free, so I'm not advocating going and grabbing that one. I think Orly is cruelty free. I want to say Essie is, but don't quote me on that. And then there's obviously China Glaze. There's lots of different companies that have like nail hardeners and stuff, so I'm sure you can find something from there. And I'll need to research that myself when I run out of the Nail Envy. But I'm just really enjoying taking care of my nails. So for now, I'm just going to keep them really short, use the cuticle oil on a regular basis, use my hand creams more often, and just take better care of these things. Cause yeah, I mean, my nails are always awful, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. They look terrible most of the time, so I needed to step up my game a little bit, and this is definitely, that is a very nice cuticle oil. It absorbs very quickly, it doesn't stay oily on the skin, and it just really seems to hydrate my cuticles, which is an area that I struggle with. All right, Dermalogica Clear Start Blackhead Clearing Fizz Mask. This is one of my masks that I'm looking to use up this year. I really like this one. The one thing I will warn you about is it does have a sulfur scent to it. Craig hates the smell of this stuff. And it does linger on the skin after you take it off. It's one of those masks that fizzes up when you put it on. It's a little itchy, especially around your nose. You kind of want to scratch it off, but you have to like fight it and just let the little bubbles do their work and then dissipate, and then you rinse it off. Really, really a great mask. And if you're someone that can't do benzoyl peroxide for breakouts, sulfur actually helps quite a bit with breakouts as well, as does salicylic acid. So if benzoyl peroxide is too strong for you, check out one of those other two options. This one is a great sulfur-based one that I think works really well, but the scent does stick around. Another skincare pick for the week for you guys is I've been testing out the Dermatology Gentle Acne Cleanser. I bought this last year at some point when I placed an order with Dermatology for some other things, and I was kind of curious to try this. They say it's for the face and body. I've only been using it on my face. Sorry, that noise that you're hearing is Stella coming in and out of her room. It's her door handle. Sorry if that sounds scary in the background. So this is a 2% salicylic wash, and I've really been loving this for my face. Doesn't dry my skin out and doesn't leave it feeling tight or dry after finishing with my Clarisonic at night. Really been enjoying this a lot. So if you're in the market for a salicylic acid cleanser that's a decent price point, I also have a discount code with Dermatology, so I'll put the information down below. It should save you 20% on anything, but this would be a great cleanser that I would recommend if you have like a teenager who's starting to struggle with breakouts. I'm actually thinking about having Stella start with this because girlfriend is starting to get some blackheads on her nose already. So yeah, it's crazy how young that stuff starts. But I mean, she was born to a mom and a dad who both had problem skin when we were younger. So yeah, she's kind of in for it. I feel bad for her. I just finished this up this week and I wanted to share with you guys as before I put it in my empties. I really love this Dr. Dennis Gross Stress Repair Face Cream. I finished it this week. I used this mostly for the last like several weeks to finish it up on. I used it on my face every night and then also on my neck and my décolletage every morning as well as night. And this is a really nice moisturizer, you guys. This has the B3 Adaptive Superfoods in it. Basically, this is meant to soothe irritated, stressed skin. So if you deal with rosacea, if you maybe have a lot of breakouts from stress, this is supposed to just kind of help to nourish and calm the skin. I really find this to be an excellent redness fighter, and I find this to be a really nice hydrating cream that isn't too greasy, even for my oilier skin type. I found that this worked really well on my face, especially after putting on my tretinoin at night. I would typically wait about half hour, 20 minutes, and then put this moisturizer on top, and it just pairs really well with the tretinoin, and I see the results of the tretinoin, but I don't deal with the dry patches that can sometimes happen on certain areas of the face. I've sort of concentrated this on those areas, and that's felt really, really nice. Okay. By the way, I'll put links for everything down below like I normally do. This is the Gisou Honey Infused Hair Mask. So at first I did not like the smell of this, but when I'm actually using it in the shower, and you can see I'm actually finally to the halfway point with this one. Little bit goes a long way with this one, but the smell has really grown on me now. But I really like how hydrating this is on my hair. This is a nice, thick, soothing, hydrating, moisturizing hair mask that doesn't weigh my hair down, and it rinses really nicely out of my hair when it's all said and done. So I used it today, and it never leaves my hair stringy afterwards. I can comb through it really nicely, and I love the way that this makes my hair look. And it's kind of expensive, so I'm not gonna be like, yay, immediately run out and get it. If you don't, you're really missing out. There's other hair masks that are less expensive that are probably just as good. But if you've wanted to try anything from Gisou, this hair mask is definitely worth splurging on, I feel like, if you wanna splurge on it. And yeah, it's been a joy to use, so really liking that. Let's do some makeup. For eyeshadows this week, I have been playing with just my Sydney Grace shadows. I've mentioned several times now that I have purchased some of the Sydney Grace in the last year, and I really like them. And this week I kind of focused on playing with a lot of these, and I really like the looks that I've come up with. I certainly want to purchase a few more from them. I'd like to finish out the rest of this palette, so I need to take a look at her website and see if there's anything new or anything that has come back into stock that I've wanted for a while that I just can never seem to get my hands on. There are definitely some popular shades that are constantly seem to be sold out, which is a frustration with Sydney Grace for me. And when they do come back in stock, if I like go to buy them, like a lot of times they're out of stock before I can even get there and make the purchase. So that's kind of frustrating. But overall, I really like both her shimmer and matte shadows. I think they're really nice and they're good quality and they give me a really nice eye look. I don't find them to crease or fade throughout the day. Now I do put them on top of an eye primer, but I think they're really good. If you've never tried Sydney Grace, I wouldn't say they're any less expensive than higher end eyeshadow palettes, especially by the time that you put together a palette of like, say like 8 to 10 shadows. If you're making a complete palette for yourself, you know, it's gonna cost you about the same amount as like a higher end palette would at Sephora, but you can custom make it and put it in any container that you want. This one from Tarte is pretty great. I've talked about this several times, but yeah, anyway, good stuff. Blushes this week, one of two. The first being the Diffused Heat from Hourglass. Love this one. I have quite a bit of that ambient powder in this one, but I really like the way that that looks on my cheeks. Nice pop of color. And then an all-time fave is Buxom Dolly from the Wanderlust blush line. Dolly is what I have on my cheeks today. This is just such a beautiful blush. I've also busted out my, this is the light. I don't need the light. I need, where is, what is it? Oh, there it is. Sorry, my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. I busted out my backup of the medium. This is the light. The light I think works just fine for me, but I think I actually prefer the medium so you can kind of see the color difference between the two. So medium over here is my preferred contour, but the light also works really well. So I have the medium on today. Oh, I should probably blend that a little bit more, but yeah, just I love these sculpting powders. They're really good. They're really expensive for the size, but I think they're 100% worth it. They're a really, really great contour powder. Last couple things. I've been using this setting powder this week. This being the Translucent Light from Milk Makeup. This is just their, I believe they only have one shade. The Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. This is fantastic. I forgot how much I like this. I do still have that foundation tutorial video coming up for you guys. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna fit it in with only uploading 3 days a week now. I feel like a lot of things are getting pushed back. I still need to do my skincare routine. So I don't know, there might be some time at the end of the month and beginning of February where I may upload maybe one extra day a week just to get some stuff out that I've promised to get out to you guys. So I will work on that, but that's a really great powder. And then the last 3 lip products I wanted to tell you guys about. I've been into this kind of like more matte, like 90s lip again. So the number 7 Lover from Kaja, their Earhart lipsticks. I think these are on like some kind of crazy sale right now too. So now would be the time to pick these up because I think they're 12 bucks, I want to say. But this shade is gorgeous and it's that beautiful like mauve, like 90s brownie mauve. It's beautiful. And then Very Victoria by Charlotte Tilbury. Love this one. This is a nude taupe and I absolutely adore this one. This is actually what I have on my lips right now. And I did put a little bit of gloss over it and it pairs really nicely with the Tarte H2O gloss and Salt Life. If you've never tried this, this is fantastic as well. So, but yeah, you guys, these are these are the things here that I have for you this week. So I'll be sure to put links for everything in the description box down below. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I hope you have a really great weekend. I do have some fun home fragrance stuff coming up. I have my top candles of 2020, continuing that best of 2020 series. And then on Sunday, I'm gonna show you guys my very first vendor wax haul. So I'm kind of curious to share that with you guys as well, because I'm going to do it as a first impression. So we'll see how it went for the first go around. All right, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.